So we are barely foraging, and we found eastern prickly pear, yellow prickly pear. Now these plants are actually 100% edible. Everything we're looking at here. These paddles can be stripped down and eaten. Take the barbs off. They do have barbs. This is a cactus. They are a pain in the butt, but you can pop these off. This whole thing is edible, stripping those barbs off. They also get fruits, the prickly pears themselves, and when those are ripe, they are edible as well, and delicious. Got another spot of prickly pears, sharing the environment with some rubus, some blackberries. I believe these are rubus alleganienses. You can see how the stem butt stayed in there. Definitely a blackberry. There's bigger ones back in here, all mixed together with these prickly pears. So looks like there's meals to be had even out on the sandy bay. This widespread bush shrub tree, the juniperus species, is responsible for that delicious pine flavor of gin. You're welcome. You can see these scaly needles, like evergreen. They are scaled like that. These berries are like a waxy coated. Kind of rub them off a little bit. And they'll be a purplish blue as well. These are a little immature yet, but it is loaded. Found a wild cherry out here. The Prunus serratina, the wild black cherry, is an edible cherry variety that apparently is found native here in Delaware. So these blackberries do have seeds and need to be pitted before eating, because that boy there contains some cyanide. But this little fruit you're left with, also known as a rumberry, can be used, eaten raw, made into jams, or made for cooking cherry rum. Prunus serratina.
Nice.
After a little bit of cleaning of that bloody mess, it was on to fish 2. And Dad thought it didn't take too long, and he had it in the boat.
Carry one in a bite.
Oh, that's a little baby. Oh, that's a little baby.
A little bit of trolling around. It was about an hour later. I pointed at a rod and I was like, this one's about to go. And only 5 minutes later after that, bzzz, it went. Now it only took me about 3 minutes to get this one in. I definitely had it skipping across the water. It unfortunately it was yet again undersized, so back in it went. And Shay's, the only keeper we caught, was a long fight. All three of us put it in. Held the rod as Ryan and Dad took turns on the reel after Shay did her best on number one. But here was our beautiful catches, including one huge redfish that got taken from us. All cooked up well, cleaned up well, and was delicious and put to good use. That tuna we cooked up the first night. We even kept a piece of the belly for sashimi, and that was fantastic as well. But for the mahi, we made tacos. We did that the next day with some prickly pear leaves that I prepped. And this is how I prep them. Number one, get a good pair of tweezers. You're going to push down on the outside of each spine pod, or spine spot, whatever you want to call them. And then pinch and twist. This will pull out all them spines and keep them from getting lodged in your stomach, throat, or any other unpleasant spot. They may end while you're trying to eat it. While you're working on the others, you can go ahead and put those leaves that have been cleaned into cold water, and that'll stop some of the goo from leaking all over the place before you get it in the pan. I cut off the outer edge and then cut them into about half-inch pieces before throwing them into the pan with hot oil and a dash of salt. Cooking on medium-high. I start to cook the juices off covered, and you can see them juices right now. And that'll take about 15 minutes with the cover on to get those juices fully cooked out. Before you remove the lid, take it down to medium and cook for about another 5 to 7 minutes until they look about like this. For assembly, we took our grilled mahi, a little bit of quick pickled carrots, nopales, lettuce, avocados, and a squeeze of lime.